What up, it's your boy Dvrth back at again with another video, and today we are here with Megaloboxed Megalobox episode 7. Last episode we had actually the last two episodes, we had a really emotional, surprisingly emotional couple episodes where we tackled a lot of dark topics that were surprisingly thrown into this show. I was expecting just like straight up hands this show. I was expecting like, a fight to the top kind of thing. But in the last two episodes, things got really serious. It had a fantastic ending to that little mini arc, that two episode little mini arc. Had a great ending where, we ended off on a hopeful note, on a really hopeful note, on the notion of fighting for tomorrow. So we're gonna hop straight into this next episode. We did towards the end we did get like a little showing of Yuri and like some other dickhead, but with that, it's just Yuri. When you compare Yuri to the fight that we got in the last two episodes, it's just Yuri. So we're gonna hop straight into it. If you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment, all the other stuff. If you're just a lurker, I appreciate you too. If you have any requests, whether it be more Megalobox or something totally different, the best place to send that in is always my social media. Link's gonna be in the description. So with all that, did I say the Patreon? Oh yeah, we got Patreon too if you want these episodes early. I don't know if I said that or not, but yeah, if you want these episodes early, got Patreon. So with all that being said, let's get our headphones, make sure they're on, them bitches is on, and let's just get into it. Ain't no way. Was she getting a tattoo of Joe on her ass? Ain't no way, bro. I refuse to believe that. That shit said less. So with him being 17, number 17 on the list, on the ranking, makes sense that he would have that much clout to his name. That's serious, especially since he's doing it gearless. Yeah. I would hope so. Who don't use get really? We have to. All right, bro. That's what we own. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yo, he's efficient. He challenged you, didn't he? He challenged Joe, didn't he? Ah, yep. Here we go. Man, we dirting this look. Who is this suburb fuck? We're dirting him. That's exactly why. All right, I was about to say that's exactly why you're chained up, buddy. Sit your ass down. It hurt, don't it? Mm-hmm. I bet you real bruised up, aren't you? You're yep. Yeah. Hey, it's good. It's good publicity. It's a win-win for me, or when I see it. Yeah, but this is like, this is so much. This is so much more complex, and the fact that you don't see it, I would, me as the boss would question your seat at the table. Honestly, like I see what the other shareholders or whatever are saying, but like from a, if you want to really be business savvy with it, you'd let this fight happen. It's about anything. Okay, so it's working. Okay. Ew, God. Ooh. The fact that it's that adaptive and it works so well with him, and like it can do all this, like reduce lag, and like this is ridiculous. But why? Like, is he actually worried, or is it more of like a power play? Oh, it's a power play. Okay. Okay, he's looking a little bit better. No fucking deep purple bruises anymore, at least. Oh, we making a little extra money, ain't we? Oh god. To make up for that delay at least. Right. So there's a lag, but it makes up for it. God. Oh god, he's been training for real, for real. Right, you gotta at least tell him. Right, at least tell us, man. It was a good idea, so share it with the team, man. That's good though. That means that no matter how much of a like make up for that dude's lag he has, if he gets hit by Joe, it's game. So. I'm ready. I'm ready for this fight, bro. I'm ready for this fight. I'm so ready for this fight. You look a little worried, Pops. Why? What's good? What, bro? Dog, you wanna... Oh my god. Oh, damn. Oh, you never wanted to fight the... You're a bitch, bro. Wow, really? You're a wow. That's what we on, bro? That's what we on? Like, really, bro? Really? Oh, dude, no. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no fucking... Oh, I ain't never been this mad. This might be the shortest discussion ever, because I ain't been this mad at a character in a while. I ain't been this mad at a character in a while, and I kind of just want to skip to the part where we beat his ass. He never wanted to fight. He never wanted to fight. Oh, and you a dirty bastard. Oh, you a dirty bastard. Oh, and you know what? This is perfect. Honestly, this is perfect because a lot of our fights have been very distant. They've been very personal. Like in the last two episodes, you know, they've been very personal. Where it's like, oh man, but I was rooting for Aragaki and Joe at the same time. But our other fights have been very distant, where it's like, oh yeah, dirt his, you know, we gonna dirt his dumb ass. You know, Joe's gonna dirt his dumb ass, and we gonna be out of here. It's gonna be, you know, everything's gonna be okay. But we haven't got even including Yuri, we have not had an opponent where I genuinely wanted to beat the shit out of him. Yuri, I wanted to win against him. Aragaki, I didn't know who I wanted to win. You know, with our other fights that weren't as important, I was like, okay, I hope Joe wins. This one's different. I want him to hurt. Like, I want him to hurt. He never wanted to fight in the first place. You shady piece of shit. You are like, it's those weasel ass characters. Like this man reminds me of what's his name from JoJo? Steely Dan. He reminds me of Steely Dan. Where when we first met Steely Dan, I had never wanted to beat somebody's ass so bad in my life. And when we finally got the set, ooh, and that bitch was satisfying. Ooh, that bitch was, it was satisfying. When I tell you that the fist to face, that was satisfying. This is what I'm expecting for the, ooh, you dirty bitch, you dirty. I'm telling you, I ain't been this mad watching an anime in a while. I ain't been this mad in a while. That man is a bitch to the highest degree. I ain't never in my life. Oh, you just don't know. I'm so fucking mad. I can't even talk about the episode. I'm so fucking mad, bro. I'm so mad. I am so mad. I was excited for the fight, and he gonna pull the, oh, I don't know how we gonna get into the ring with you, but when we get into the ring with you, oh, I'm gonna do you. Oh my god. Oh, it's gonna be incredible, bro. It's gonna be incredible. Okay. Okay. So we're getting more into the business side of things. And when I say the business side of things, you know, we're getting more into like the office politics kind of side of things, because like I said during the episode, I'm not sure if we're talking about boxing anymore. This is like this is becoming some like furthering business adventures, and like they're talking about how like the Yuri is so like well in tune with his gear to the point of like it's almost it pretty much is a part of his body, and like it's making him better, and he's like unstoppable now. And like you have to sit there and think to yourself, what, that's a technological advance that like would definitely change the world for either better or worse, but it would definitely change the world, right? And we don't get much of a scope on how different the world is, or how the world is at all, outside of like the whole Aragaki thing with the war and stuff. But we don't really have a feel for what the world is like on a macro scale, so we can only imagine what kind of impact something like what Shirato is creating, like her company is creating. We can only imagine what the impact would be like for society. So when you get into stuff like this, you start to see more power plays, which is what I was getting at when I was like, oh, I don't think we're talking about boxing anymore. And to be honest with you, that almost seems like a good part of like Joe's story, is like reviving boxing, like boxing for real, you know? So now when I say like, I don't think we're talking about boxing anymore, you know, we finally get it in that episode where Shirato, Yukiko and Shirato, I forget the brother's name because he's a bitch, you know, his name is not important. Bitch boy Shirato, you get their butting heads where it's like, oh, grandfather gave you the business because you manipulated him, but it should have been me, I should have been chosen, blah blah, all this dumb shit, you know, basically like hedge fund kid problems, you know. But getting into stuff like that and seeing like what the shareholders have to say, and like meeting with like some lieutenant person, I don't know who the fuck that was, meeting with them, and like, while we don't know much about society as a whole in this show, we are getting a good look at how business for when it comes to megaloboxing is. And on that note, another thing to talk about, which is something I said I was going to go back and look at, but we'll talk about it a little bit before I go back and look at everything that was said. The idea of megalovania and the megaloboxing and stuff, and this is kind of how it works in the real world as well. Actually, this is how it works this is pretty much how it works in the real world as well, but maybe to a higher like intensity, to a higher this happens way more in this show, at least, is where there's no point system. There's no like, this person won this many fights, therefore, once we do the math, that means that he qualified to get into. No, it's just like, I want him in there. That's going to be very profitable. Get him in there. So when it comes down to that stuff, there's a lot of strings that can be pulled. That can be like, okay, maybe we don't have him, because I don't want him, because that's going to be bad for business, or it's going to be bad for my business, and I'm going to lose money because he's in here. So don't let him in there, and don't let him in there, but let him in there because that's good for my business. But don't let that guy in there because that's bad for my pride. And then somebody else comes in here. It's office politics at a grand scale, and it's that might be one of the reasons why it pisses me off so much, because it's just rich people. It's just a bunch of rich people making it to where it's the best for them, and it pisses me off. I hate them because they're so snobbish. Oh, I hate that guy, bro. It doesn't help that guy's just a dick. It'd be different if they were like okay people, but they're like, I would feel a little bit more compassion for him. Okay, let me just try. No, he's a dick. It's like, oh, I hate you, bro. But yeah, seeing how all this is working from a viewer's perspective, I can't help but to be angry. It's like, dude, really? You've been plotting. Like, he is trying. He's such a weasel. He's trying his best to win, or to get to where he wants, just by like manipulating it. And to be fair to him, he looks at his sister. He's like, she did the same thing, so I'm gonna do it too. You bitch. You bitch. Oh, it's so frustrating, dude. It's so frustrating to see, man. It's so frustrating to see. Let me see what Yukiko says though, because that was some shit. Let me go back real quick. Probably around here. Everyone has a. All right, so Nambu says everyone gets a chance, right? Hope things turn out well for you too. After Megalonia opens everyone, with the exception of those who don't use gear. So she was like, yo, Megalonia is open to everybody. Anybody can join. We're all inclusive, except for those that don't use gear, because that hurts my bottom line if you don't use. Because imagine if Gearless Joe goes into Megalonia, that is basically a big advertisement for her company. If Gearless Joe, who has been making a name for himself by being the Gear Slayer, goes in there and he starts dirting the top fighters, like the top Megalonia boxers, what do they call them? I don't know. The top fighters in Megalonia who are using state-of-the-art gear, that's bad for business. That's horrible for business. So from a business perspective, if I look at this from a business perspective, it's smart of her. Very smart of her to be like, I don't want Joe to be in there. Like, from a business perspective, I don't want Joe to be in there. From a PR perspective, you gonna make some quick money, and that's probably That's very enticing. That'd probably be very enticing to her. But if we're looking at the big picture, that's not going to be good for. That's a big risk, at least. I'll say that. You may put Joe in there, and he might garner you a lot of money, a lot of publicity because of his shtick, and he still lose, and then you can still say, but look, the gear is the end all be all, and you still win in the end. But it's too big of a risk, because if gearless, like, once again, if gearless Joe goes in there and dirts everybody, oh, you just lost. Nigga, you think the shareholders are gonna be in the next meeting? No, everybody's pulling out. Everybody is pulling out. It's not even going to be fun. Their pullout game is about to be immaculate if Joe wins. That's going to be bad. That's going to be real bad. And I know that, like, Yukiko couldn't have known, but Joe's getting stronger. So while like I said, it's going to be harder to win, because you're going up against state of the art, like people like Yuri, the Weasel guy, you know, all this other stuff. It's gonna be harder, but it's not gonna be impossible, and that's enough to scare Yukiko and be like, oh no. And I don't know his name, but Weasel guy, he has pretty much the same interest. I'm not letting you in. It may be with him. It may be more pride than business. But still, he's like, I'm not letting you in, dog. What? That's bad. I can't have somebody like you tainting the sport. Absolutely not. So I can understand from each perspective, but damn. I'm so mad. I'm so mad. I was ready for that fight, and now I'm even more ready for. So good on the writer for making me even more ready for this fight if we get there, because now we're disqualified because we never showed up. God, bro, I'm so fucking pissed, bro. I'm so mad. I gotta get into the next episode. I'm sorry. I gotta get into the next episode because I am so pissed that he did that. That was a twist that I was not expecting. I'm so pissed that he did that. Oh, you bitch, bro. Oh, I hate you. I hate you, bro. I hate those kinds of characters, bro. I hate them so much. It's the most annoying, like, kinds of characters ever. The ones that are just so, oh, you sneaky little. Oh, okay, bro. Let me stop. Let me get into the next episode. So if you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment, all the other stuff. If you're just a lurker, I appreciate you too. If you have any requests, whether it be more Megalobox or something totally different, the best place to send that in is always my social media. Link's going to be in the description. And if you want these episodes early, you can subscribe to my Patreon. Link's going to be in the description for that as well. So, with all out the way, let me get my off button ready. You all stay amazing, stay safe, and take care of yourselves.